Attention, please. This upload is only for educational purpose. No intention to infringe copyrights. Learning English with subtitles. GPITRAL. GPITRAL. Definitely a must-see. Follow us.
This is Brainiac, the science show that finds the quietest spot in the library and spontaneously combusts.
Still to come, a bunhead spitting fire and a cockerel biting the dust. But first... Before the break, Professor Mayang Lee sent a hot dog into the swirling waters of her beach-based bog. But will it flush or float? It's a flusher! The bendy nature of the floppy sausage enabled it to curl itself round the U-bend and into the sewage system beyond. Thanks, Prof. Nice clown.
Here at the Brainiac Cake Testing Laboratory, we've been asking that age-old question, what's the toughest cake?
And after extensive testing, we've whittled this vast array down to just 6 cakey contenders.
The Eccles cake, densely packed raisins covered in a puff pastry surround. The fruit cake, it's the heavyweight, it's the Frank Bruno of the cake world. The malt loaf combines fruit with the binding power of malt. The panettone, it's a tough cake with a poncy name. The chocolate log. This soft, spongy interior is covered by a tough, chocolatey bark. The rock cake, as its name suggests, it's as tough as rock. It's one tough cookie. But it's not a cookie, it is in fact a cake. A cake's life can be a dangerous one. For instance, the trolley might have a little mishap and the cake might take a little fall. But what happens if that fall is 150 feet?
The cakes will undergo 3 grueling tests. The toughest being decided by a points-awarded league table type format. Now that's clear, let's get on with test 1.
OK, and ease off the Eccles cakes.
The puff pastry surround is no defence against the mighty fall, spilling raisin guts everywhere. Of 50 cakes, only 1 remains, a survival rate of 2%.
I wonder how the rest of the cakes will fare.
Fruitcake next, and impressively 40% survive thanks to the cushioning effect of the moist, fruity centre. Less joy for the chocolate log.
Massacre, chocolate style.
Its bark snapping all too easily and no survivors. The rock cakes, hard but brittle. Only 5% survive. And a poncy performance from panettone. No survivors, leaving just 1 contender.
It's the final cake now. Misplaced the malt loaf.
The malt loaf's leathery exterior and springy centre cushion the fall perfectly.
100% survival. Now that's 1 tough cake.
So it's full marks to malt loaf, closely followed by fruit cake. Time for test 2.
There comes a time in a cake's life when it must be eaten. But a truly tough cake doesn't go down without a fight. Tongs at the ready.
Each cake will be exposed to the corrosive attack of concentrated hydrochloric stomach acid.
And dunk your cakes.
But which cakes will resist digestion the best? Things aren't looking good for the early leader, malt loaf. Its physical strength is no defense as the acid eats away at its rich, sugary structure. Only faring slightly better, the sweet panettone, chocolate log, and then fruitcake. Their sugars turning the acid black as they caramelize and digest. But it's good news for the blander cakes, with Eccles just edging Rock into second place. Its tasteless exterior charring but offering up little to the acid. So it's tough at the top with a three-way tie between Fruit, Rock and Eccles cake. Just one round left to sort the cakes from the flakes.
Bakeries are dangerous places. Ovens working overtime. Fine flour filling the air. Sooner or later, something's going to explode. When a bakery blows, which cakes are tough enough to survive?
With the 6 cakes arranged evenly around the explosive mix of flour and bomb, it's time to retreat to a safe distance.
3, 2, 1, blow it!
Cake-ageddon! The bakery's blown, but which cakes have crumbled? Blown to pieces in last place is panettone, closely followed by chocolate log and malt loaf. In joint second, it's Rock and Fruit, meaning there can be only one winner.
The toughest cake in the world is the Eccles cake. The Eccles cake. The Eccles cake.
I love hard things.
10 hard things brought in by 10 viewers will face Tyler's 3 hardness tests. 1 ton of bricks, 1 angle grinder, and 1 pot of thermite in a bid to top Tyler's hard ranker leaderboard.
Today's very hard thing has been brought in by Marlon from Oxford. Hello, Marlon.
Hello, Tyler.
How hard is your thing?
Very.
Let's have a look at it. It looks pretty hard. What is it?
It's my cast iron cockerel.
Is it a cock made of standard grey iron, which has lower tensile strength and ductility than modern engineered irons, meaning it's prone to fracture? Well, it looks hard, but just how hard is it?
The first test is an impact of a ton of bricks.
Get 'em up, boys!
This cast iron cock was designed to stand tall through the extremes of the English seasons. But will it stand firm against a ton of bricks from 60 feet?
3, 2, 1, release!
It's completely flattened. I think we'll be lucky to even find the cock after that hit. And this appalling display earns the cock just 1 out of 10.
So far, the cockerel has failed to impress.
But will it do any better against my 9-inch angle grinder?
Grind that cockerel.
The hollow cast iron shell of the cock offers no resistance at all, giving it an unimpressive abrasion rating of 1 out of 10.
That's a very weak cocktail. Now it's time for the thermite. What's left of Marlon's cockerel is perched under my pot of thermite.
Will it wilt under a deluge of 2,500 degrees Celsius? Finally, the cock is standing up for himself, shrugging off the molten thermite with some ease. And this late comeback gives it a heat resistance rating of 7 out of 10. The cock scored a paltry total of 9 points, leaving it near the bottom of our leaderboard.
How hard do I rank it? Frail. How hard is your thing?
Next time, how hard is an artificial hip?
French horn, a descendant of the hunting horn, the sound of which often preceded the death of a small beast. Nowadays, it mainly sounds before the murdering of a good tune. But can we make it more fun with helium, the party gas? Fantastic! It still sounds awful, but at least with helium's pitch-changing properties, the song seems to be over in half the time.
That was rubbish.
Well, to be fair, it wasn't that great before.